Connecticut, lowest inventory situation of any state in the country. You look at
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lowest inventory of any state. So the hardest hit regions for inventory are the Midwest and then the Northeast. And then you look deeper into the Northeast, Connecticut, Hartford, for example, down 80% on inventory.
Yeah, in Hartford County, we talk about that on the show a lot. The zip codes in Hartford County have been on the top search list for Zillows and the top 10 search list, several towns in Hartford County.
And they're top searches because it's like, man, there's nothing here. I just got to keep banging the search.
That's interesting too. People are searching more.
They're searching more because they're just waiting for something to, and you've seen this reflective in prices. Okay. So, let me just give you a market across the country. I'll play this game out a little bit further here. Austin, Texas has been a robust market for the last decade. It's been a booming, city in America. Well, Austin, Texas, since the 2022 peak of pricing there, they're down 13.9%. Year over year, Austin, Texas pricing is down 5.5%. Now, since March 2020, including these recent down spells for Austin, since March 2020, they're still up 40.4%. Okay, but Austin, which has a ton of inventory that has been built up there, and they've got a ton of rental inventory, you see where those prices here since the 2022 peak have plummeted. Let's take Hartford, which we were just talking about. Hartford, since the 2022 peak pricing, has set a new all-time high, up 7.7%. The Hartford region, which includes East Hartford and Middletown.
That's median price you're talking about?
This Freddie Mac data that I'm looking at, is up 7.7% on home prices.
Wow.
Okay. Now we set our peak this year. We're actually down a tick, 1%. From the peak over the summer, but Hartford's up 49.3% since March 2020. There's a region that beats that here in Connecticut. It's the Norwich, New London region. Since the 2022 peak, Norwich, New London is up 11.6% on pricing.
Really?
Year over year, up 13.8%. And since March 2020, Norwich, New London region up 58.9%. Inventory, Rob, as you know, is hard to come by in those areas.
Yeah.
I mean, you live in Griswold, my former hometown.
Yeah.
I know at one point this year, Lee on the team and I were talking about, Griswold, and I looked it up. I'm like, he's like, there's nothing available. I'm like, well, you can't say nothing. So I look up on the MLS, I do a search. There was 4 homes. 2 of them were like over $1.5 million on Pat, and they were way overpriced. Just somebody shooting for the stars. One of them was a tear down, so a buyer really couldn't buy that, and the other one was a piece of land. So there was literally no median price single family homes. There was 4 listings.
Literally nothing.
There were times in Griswold, you'd see small town, you'd see 60, 70 listings at one time, and maybe 40 or 50 of those were actually single family homes that you could consider as an option.
Some people got kids in school, they don't want to change school districts, so like there's nothing.
But there was legitimately nothing on the market.
That's
to
crazy.
his point. And so when you have this, plummet of inventory that we've experienced in the Northeast, which is dramatically different than what homeowners remember in 2012 and 13 in those years, just a total, flip-flop from there. That's where you see these prices, and we've seen some of the biggest gains right here in Connecticut since our 2022 peak. So a seller in 2024 is going to be able to realize those gains, capitalize on those, especially if you're thinking the spring market of 24. Of course, you can reach out to us at oneteamct.com if you needed more information on that. But just going deeper into the data, New Haven, Milford, up 7.3% since the 22 peak. Year over year, up 8.9%. You've got the Worcester part of Mass, and then coming down into that northern part of Connecticut, they kind of like have a whole region there, up 6.4%. These are Freddie Mac numbers, 6.4% from 22 peak, year over year, 10.3%. That region would be 48.8% on the since March 2020. Bridgeport, Stamford, Norwalk. So really the whole shoreline of Fairfield County, 6.1% since the 2022 peak, 9.7% year over year. And then since March 2020, 50.2% increase. Just crazy numbers there.